Hey, Seka.
Oh, it's the nice Seka. What's up, guys? How you doing?
I was just wondering, should I buy things out of the shop this time around?
What do you mean?
Oh, didn't you hear?
No, what happened?
Oh, the shop reset.
Oh. Yo, what's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another Genshin Impact video for this, going over the brand new shop for February 2021. I didn't forget. Yay, Pog. We're going to be going over them live on Twitch so everybody can see them and talk about them with you guys. So, guys, without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, the brand new shop has arrived, and the winner is Beidou is in the shop with Noelle. Beidou is in the shop with Noelle. Big happy, big happy, big happy. All right, cool. So Beidou's in the shop with Noelle. The return of the royal weapons, of course. All of these weapons are fire dog shit. Literally put them in a dumpster. They're awful. Actually, they're not that bad, but like their blacksmith weapons are just way better. So essentially all of these weapons scale off percentage attack for the main stat, but if you have a character that you wanted to put these on, they can be okay. Definitely do not pick one up for the Royal Greatsword. The Greatsword's really bad for this. But the one that is really kind of interesting that could potentially be really good for Zhao because it has a lot of hits is the Royal Spear. The Royal Spear has a large amount of hits and has a higher base attack value than the Blackcliff Polearm. The Blackcliff Polearm, if you didn't know, has a 42 base attack, but it has a C damage passive. Now just ask yourself, what would you rather have? Scaling crit rate on a character that already scales off crit rate or crit damage, and that's why I've been telling people to get the Blackcliff Polearm for a very long time, and that's why the Blackcliff Polearm is typically a better option. But if you wanted to pick up a Royal Spear, it will have higher base attack. What that means is that it's okay. It's not great, it's okay. But if you're gonna be spending your Starglitter on anything, skip these weapons. I don't like them. The Royal Grimoire is kind of interesting as well. This thing is kind of an interesting weapon, but there's no like catalyst user that attacks it fast enough for to really take the advantage of the crit rate scaling multiplier. Okay, really not that great. And then the last one for the bow, obviously, was when this Trash Panda City. Okay, for Constellations for Badetta and Noelle, we're gonna go over these characters as well as Fates. So I wanted to go over this in this video specifically. The thing with Fates, and you're buying Fates here, as a free-to-play player, the worst thing that you can buy out of the shop for value, for the total amount of what you get out of it, are the summons. If you're a new free-to-play player, you're gonna look at me like this. If you guys have been playing a while, you've been like, maybe. Yeah, I could kind of see that. And then if you guys only care about summons and that's all you care about, you're like, just keep spending them on summons, dude. It's okay. It's not the worst. But the only thing that's worse is buying these. But don't buy the summons if you're trying to be really efficient, okay? The characters are the second worst and the weapons are the best. The reason that the order kind of scales down that way is because the Blackcliff weapons, when we did comparison values, have some very interesting numbers tied to them. And I'm going to be going over those in this video so you guys can save some Starglitter this month. And we'll also go over, but first we're going to go over Beidou and Noelle. Okay. So, what I preach a lot of the time for characters is do not typically buy Constellations with your Masterless Starglitter as a free-to-play player or a budget player. These types of things are really not valuable. Even as a whale, if you like, unless you really just want to save on the banner, unless you're going for the 6th constellation, you really need that done, and you're not going to summon on a banner for a while, that's the only really situation you should be doing in it. But eventually, that Starglitter is going to be wasted, because when you summon another copy after that point, you spent 34, and now you're getting 5 backs. Now it's 29 Smash of the Starglitter. That's literally gone at this point. So that's why it's really not that worth to buy Constellations for these characters, because eventually they're just going to be worthless resources. Constellation 1 for Beidou is really not that great. Constellation 2 for Beidou is pretty darn good. Constellation 4 is not great unless you're main DPSing Beidou. And Constellation 6 is the big pog. This is where it lowers electro resistance around surrounding enemies. And if you don't know about the surrounding hype around the new Geo buff, one of the biggest things for the new Geo buff is the reduction of Geo resistance. That's going to be a 20% geo resistance down with a new resonance that's going to be coming out. The reason Constellation 6 Beidou is so strong is because lowering electro resistance is very, very strong. The only other way of lowering electro resistance is applying an electro particle and using a viridescent Viriner set in order to lower electro resistance with a character like Animo Traveler or Venti, or using those types of things to lower electro resistance. This is a very powerful way of boosting elemental damage. So that's why lowering electro resistance for Beidou Constellation 6 is extremely good. Now for Noelle. I've been using Noelle for a while on my Asia account, and what I can say for Noelle as far as what she can do and how good she is, she's okay. I use her as a healer. I don't really like her, I don't really hate her, but she's okay. Constellation 1 is massively overhyped. It is not that great unless you pop your ultimate, and I do not believe that you really need Constellation 1 to really feel the power of a healer Beidou. I find this to be a massively overhyped constellation, and I do not think anybody should be picking up a C1 Beidou at all. C2 for Beidou, also not that great, because what happens is it's going to increase the charge attack of your Beidou and makes it so that if you're doing an Ora and just doing spin to win on your Beidou, you can get healing up a lot quicker. Typically for Beidou, Ora, you know, looks like this. When you pop your ulti, it's a little cooler because the range is really wild. Geo Beidou. Did I say Noelle? Did I say Beidou? Did I say Beidou instead of Noelle? Electro Noelle. All right, I meant to say Noelle, not Beidou. Clearly, it's not a retake. Chat is laughing the shit out of me right now. This Electro, as we can see, Geo Beidou is clearly the way. Constellation 3 is whatever. Constellation 4 is pretty fucking good. I think Constellation 4 for Geo Beidou is really good. Geo Beidou Constellation 4 is Pog, okay? That 400% spike damage hit for Geo Beidou is clearly the best constellation. It's a huge amount of damage that you do. And I love it. This is awesome. I want this. I tried this the other day for Geo Beidou. It's amazing, okay? Clearly awesome. Should you pick it up? No. If you're free to play in budget, do not pick this up. If you're a whale, sure. Okay. The big changer though is going to be C6, and that's only if you're going to be using Noelle as kind of like a main DPS character. If you're using her as a spot healer and trying to heal up your team, C4 and C6 provide very little value. So does C1. None of the constellations really provide tons of value, and the hype around C1 needing it for healing only really boosts you if you have, you know, your ultimate out. What I found for Noelle while using her as a healer is there was no difference between C0 and C1 healing because you still got good healing regardless, you know, so it was good healing. So you don't need C1 for a good healer. You don't need C4. You don't need C6. But if you're building for DPS style Noelle, you want to have like a sub DPS with also healing. That is why you would build into the C4 and the C6. You definitely need a Geo Goblet to maximize this with crit damage, crit chance, all that kind of stuff to really see the power here. For both of these characters, artifact recommendations I have, I would go with a Bolide set if you're going to be going for a charge attack build for your Noelle. You go with a Maiden set for healing if you really want to, or a Gladiator set if you just want to drop some normals. Any of which work fine. It doesn't really matter. It just depends on your play style for Noelle. That's completely fine. For your Beidou though, I recommend going with a Thundering Fury 2-pit set piece. I don't have it built on this account, and I'm not going to switch over, but if you haven't seen it, there's a video for Beidou that'll probably be up here somewhere that you can see. And a builder with 2-piece Thundering Fury, 2-piece Noblesse, or 2-piece Thundering Fury and 2-piece Gladiator for both of the builds for Beidou. And that's really where you see the power for Beidou for support. For main DPS Beidou, or like a synergy kind of build, you would kind of build with a 2-piece of Bloodstained Chivalry as well as a 2-piece Thundering Fury for your Beidou. That would be the best possible build for a Beidou going forward if you want to do like a hybrid style build. Isn't breastplate or shields or healing 100% uptime while using E? No, read it, dude. It's not how it works. It only works while it's using the ulti. All right, in conclusion, don't buy royal weapons. All right, last thing, Stardust. If you're free to play, buy these. Free to play, buy these. Not even a question. Fuck yeah, buy these. These are the way. These are the way. Mandalorian called said this is the way. All right. Everything else, buy them as needed. Do not buy Mystic Enhancement Order at all as free to play. The Wits and the Mora, up to you as a free to play player if you want to buy those. But just make sure that you have enough to buy the wishes every single month. Don't overbuy. Don't buy these. Don't buy any of the other resources. The only ones you could even consider buying are Mora and Wits, depending on your need. So now we've kind of confirmed that there's going to be a rotation of royal weapons and then blacklift weapons following that. So blacklift weapons is going to be next month. So check it out. But we're going to be ending the video here. My name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, of course, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Twitch chat wanted to say bye to you and tell you that they love you. Wanted to hold you close, give you that nice warm feeling at night because for some reason you're just not getting it. And I hope we gave it to you here. Have a great day today, guys. Peace.